Hello, everybody. Oh no, my camera. It's broken. So welcome to the World at Your Home series. I'm your host for today, Felice from Tours Are Us. Let me try to fix that camera first before we go. So I try to remove this stream first and then I'll get back to you. Sorry naman, giniginaw yung giniginaw yung camera ko. Anyway, so again, part 2, take 2. Welcome back to the World at Your Home series. It's been a long time since we last saw each other. It was last year since we last saw each other. So happy 2022 to everyone. I know it has been a really rough 2022, start of 2022 for some of us. As you can see, I'm back in my room. I'm still in isolation. I hope none of you are in isolation, and I hope that you're all safe from Omicron. But that's why we also put back the world at your home so that at least we could bring the destinations to your homes without having to go out. So, again, we can see a lot of familiar faces who have always been with us in our stream since last year. So we have Sky Peak Travel and Tours. We have Sir Christian. Thank you so much for joining us all the times. See, Nino Ariel is also here. Hello, Nino. Miss Vivian, Miss Rika. We have Tita Lexi is also here. We have Miss Salve. We have Ma'am Jonna. We have Miss Lourdes. Ma'am Ayang, Erica. Happy New Year to everyone. France, yes, it's cold here in my room. Parang kunwari winter tayo ngayon. Ayan. So, this time around, we are going for winter destinations. Dahil January ngayon, and technically, it's winter on the northern hemisphere of the world, not in the Philippines, but it's kind of cold as well here in the Philippines at the moment. So, as you can see, I have my winter coat on. Si Sir Dondi, yes, brr. Ayan. So anyway, we are going to focus more on winter destinations. So for our new street or our new viewers for the World at Your Home series, I would like to welcome you all. Welcome to the World at Your Home series. It's a live stream series where we bring every destination to your home to inspire the feeling of wanderlust because majority of us cannot really fulfill our travel plans yet. We wish to bring at the comforts of your home some travel inspiration from various destinations within the Philippines and across the globe. So this time around, guess where we're going? If you're reading the title of the stream, where we are going. Type in on the comment section where we are going virtually today. We have very special guests all the way from that country who are joining us today. Yes, we are going to Norway, to the land of Vikings, to the land of fjords, to the land of beautiful landscapes, and of course, what everyone has been wishing to see. Grabe ka, Jiro, ah. Shattered Mountain. It's not the land of Shattered Mountain, though. But yes, this is where you can see it's part of your bucket list, the Northern Lights. So we are hopefully going to see a little bit of that later on. But again, if you want to join our raffles at the end of the stream, we are giving away not one, but 2 winners for 500 Gcash credits. So all you have to do is follow and like the Tours R Us page, watch our live stream for today and also every Thursday at 5 p.m. and share our live stream and post with the hashtag Visit Norway and also hashtag WAYH 2022 short for World at Your Home series. Make sure to make the post public, otherwise, during our Wheel of Sharers game later on, you won't be seen. So please make sure to share this with your friends and also share the love of Norway to your friends and family. So again, today we are going on a virtual tour to Norway. And who is the better person to talk about Norway than people who are actually from Norway and who are currently in Norway. So today we have two special guests who are going to take us virtually on a tour to Norway. And the first one, of course, she is the market and travel and trade for tourism and visit Norway. But before that, let me show you bits of this video to start her presentation.
Yes, hi everyone. You were muted, Felice, but I think that you maybe introduced me. At least I hope
Yeah,
so.
I did. I did. I was trying to, talk, but my entire screen just froze. So again, welcome everyone, Miss. Let's welcome Miss Ingunn Saxhaug of Visit Norway.
Thank you so much. And hi to everyone in the Philippines from a little bit chilly Oslo this morning. It's 2 degrees and it's very crisp weather and it's actually white outside. So we have snow here in Norway. And as you were saying and introducing me, I am the market specialist and travel trade specialist for Visit Norway for the Asian countries. And being based in Norway, it's on the other side of the earth for you, and it's far up north. And many people maybe think it is cold and it's dark all year around, but believe me, it is not. And I will show you in my presentation today. Many people think that coming to Norway, then you have to wear a lot of clothes and it's really, really, really cold. But as you can see on the climate here, even if you go to as far up north as Tromsø, it is not as cold now in January and February, average daytime temperatures, as you might think. And that has to do with the Gulf Stream that we have along our coastline. So the climate in Norway is actually quite mild if you stay at the coast. But if you go to the inland and especially up north of Norway to the areas bordering to Finland and to Sweden, it might be really, really cold. But we dress for the weather and we also have a lot of nice clothes also to offer travelers from far away. So don't worry about it. And since we are so far up north in Norway, we do have 4 very different seasons, and they are all very special and something that you should experience. We are soon approaching spring, which starts around April in Norway. And the springtime is really, really beautiful because we have the snow melting in the mountains. It's still white on the mountaintops, as you can see on the left picture here. But with the snow melting, we have the waterfalls really, really beautiful and large, huge waterfalls. And then when you come down to the ocean side, we have the fruit trees who are blossoming at the same time. So it's really, really a time of contrasts in Norway during spring. And then we come to the summertime, which is really pleasant with the temperature around 20 degrees, which is for us a nice and warm summer day, not as you have in the Philippines. Up north of Norway, we do have the midnight sun, where the sun never sets. So even after midnight, it's daylight. So you can have really long days and nights up north of Norway. And then we have the colorful autumns where the nature changes the colors. As you can see here on the images, it's red, it's yellow, it's orange, and then we have the crisp blue skies. And already in the autumn, starting from September, you can actually start to see northern lights in the north of Norway. So imagine the contrast, having the colors in the daytime in the nature, and then in the evening time seeing the magic of the northern lights dancing across the skies in the evening. And then the season that we are in now, with the snowy winters in Norway. And yes, we do have snow most of the year, most of the time all over Norway in the winter time. Maybe not in the western part always, but in the inland and the north part of Norway, you are able to experience snow. And of course, when it's snow, it's a lot of fun activities you can do. So I think Nafalis will take us to show a little bit, a short film about Norwegian winter. Yes, and then of course, when you come to Norway to do all these kinds of fun activities, you maybe want to move around in Norway as well. And as I was saying in the beginning, it's a long country, but traveling in Norway is very easy. With the long country we have domestic flight airports all over Norway, and it's a very well developed system. as you can see here, smaller and larger airports nearly in all places you can come to Norway. And from Oslo and going all the way up to Kirkenes, it takes 2 hours. So you can imagine how long our country is. It's actually the same distance as going to Rome in Italy. And we do have many different airlines, SAS, Norwegian, Widerøe, and also some other airlines as well. Maybe also when you come from Philippines, of course, you don't have direct flights to Norway, so you need to land somewhere in Europe, but Europe is not far away from Norway either. And then when you maybe you want to travel by land instead of by flight inside of Norway, and then we have some of the most scenic routes traveling by trains in Norway. We have the Flom Railway, part of the Norway in a nutshell route, and also the Rauma Railway. And you can travel as far up north as Bodø with train from Oslo. And of course, you need some places to stay as well. And we do have very nice, beautiful 5-star hotels like this one in Trondheim, the Britannia. We have a lot of historical hotels, wooden-built hotels from the 19th century. And we have everything from hostels and up to very nice 4-star hotels. And then we have a little bit more special accommodations. Maybe you would like to try to stay in a train. This is a closed railroad, and there's a train on this bridge where you can actually sleep. And then we have, in the wintertime, we have the ice hotels. I think that you will hear a little bit more about them later. And a lot more nice places as well. So I have a new film for you with special places to stay in Norway. So please, Felice. So if you're still not convinced why you should come to Norway, I would like to try to convince you even more. So why come to Norway? Well, it is a place where you can actually be very active, either if you want to experience Norway from the mountaintops or from the seaside. We have a lot of activities all year round, both for adults and also for kids, of course. And also we have a lot to offer within the cultural aspect as well. We do have indigenous people here in Norway called the Samis who live in the north of Norway. You can visit and learn more about their fascinating culture. And of course, we have outdoor museums, we have indoor museums, we have architectural points, we have the scenic routes in Norway, and of course, a lot of music and festivals for those who are into that. And of course, you have to eat when you are in Norway. And with being so close to nature as we are in Norway, we have the most fantastic ingredients So our chefs are well known. They are winning prizes in the Bocuse d'Or. We are shipping ingredients to Michelin restaurants all over the world. Our seafood and meat is really, really special. Or you can go out in the forest and pick yourself. You can pick berries and you can find mushrooms in the forest as well. And we don't only produce food, but we also produce apple ciders. Our gin is winning prizes all over the world as well, and a lot of local beer producers in Norway too. Or you can just come to Norway to relax, to enjoy, to try to get your strength and energy back together with your friends, either if it's at a spa or out in the nature, and just enjoying. Because what we do have a lot of here in Norway is space. So what we last year, Visit Norway or Innovation Norway, we launched a new national tourist strategy. And part of that is to take more responsibility about sustainability. So we have said that within 2030, we will reduce the carbon footprints of tourism in Norway with 50%. And this is something that we really would also need to encourage the travelers coming to Norway to do. Of course, we know that coming by flight is not the most sustainable thing, but we do want the travelers also from overseas markets to come to Norway, but maybe travel a little bit more sustainable when they are in Norway. And we do have many nice opportunities to experience Norway in a sustainable way as well. Please, please. Yeah, because we think that a good place to live is also a very good place to visit. So today it's all about winter and also the inspiration to see the Northern Lights. So I'm soon about to end my presentation. I will end it with a film which will lead you on to the next speaker. I thank you so much for the time, and I think there is a Q&A session in the end. So if you have any questions to me, please, ask them in the panel afterwards. But then I will end with a film about the Northern Lights.
Mom, why can't we see them?
It's just too bright.
It's sad.
Light pollution has blocked our view of the universe. Half of Europe can no longer see the Milky Way. We only see a fraction of what's really there.
Wow.
Whoa. This is how it should look like without artificial lights.
Oh my god.
No, I cannot imagine that this is like behind this darkness.
Never.
There's no way. There's actually no way.
It really is emotional. To me, when I see this, it is truly something else.
I'm basically speechless. I don't know what to say.
It looks like Atlantis, like a place that doesn't exist. Like that's absolutely insane.
It's really hard to see anything in the sky.
To connect with the stars, we have to leave the city lights behind. The sky might even put on a show.
What's this?
These are the northern lights. It's so beautiful.
It's not painted, right?
In northern Norway, the light dances across the sky like the pulse of the universe, reminding us that the night sky is still there, waiting to be rediscovered.
All right. Thank you so much to Ingun for that very wonderful presentation. We're going to see you again later during the Q&A portion. I'm guessing that a lot of the viewers now are excited to get to learn more about Norway. So thank you again, Ingun. See you later.
Thank you, Felice.
All right, so our next speaker is coming from one of the most reputable tour operators in Norway. The Norwegian travel company is a premium brand aiming to offer high-quality, experience-based tourism in selected destinations in Norway. NTC is the owner of the core business, and in collaboration with our sub-brands, they offer a wide range of activities and products. Together, they have a significant portfolio, and their goal is to provide a non-stop offer with destinations, activities, accommodations for people traveling across Norway. So introducing Miss Ann Koivisto, the head of internal sales for the Norwegian travel company.
Friends all over the world. I am Anne from the Norwegian travel company. This is the luxury of the lights. Welcome to Arctic. We wait you.
So again, everyone, let's welcome Miss Anne Koivisto from Norwegian Travel Company. Miss Anne, hello. Again, my screen is hanging, but hello, welcome.
Greetings from North Norway, from Tromsø. I have to say that this is a great pleasure to join for these presentations. And sorry, my eyes looks a bit tired. I have been hunting the Northern Lights for 3 nights now, so you can see that it's possible. So I am Anne, and I'm working for the Norwegian Travel Company. Title is the head of the international sales, and especially Asia is my market area. I love Asians when they come to their holidays to North and explore our beautiful nature here, and you can see that they are really enjoying it. I will share now my screen, so I will get some images to support my presentation, and we start. Perfect. Everyone's seeing it, I assume? Yes. So Norwegian Travel Company, we have our destinations in at the moment in 4 places. Up in north in Kirkenes and Tromsø, and we have a place also in Lofoten Islands, a small village called Å. And then Romsdalen is our newbie, in a bit more south in Norway. And all these destinations are easily reachable. If we start with Kirkenes, many of our guests, they come to Kirkenes either by a direct flight from Oslo. We have 3 flights daily. Or they take famous Hurtigruten and Havila, this coastal voyage from Bergen all the way to Kirkenes. And especially our Asian guests, they use the gateway through Finland. So Finland flight to Helsinki and then further to Rovaniemi, Ivalo, Inari area, and then by bus to Kirkenes. Tromsø, there are several daily flights from Oslo, and to Lofoten also it's easy to reach by plane. And both places you can have these Hurtigruten or Havila voyages also. Romsdalen, from Oslo you can take a train, or Molde airport is about 1.5 hours from Romsdalen. So easy to reach when you are on a holiday, you have time. If we start with the Lofoten, so nearest airport, Leknes airport, approximately 1 hour. And then quite many our guests, they rent a car or they have a bus service from our company to take them to a very little tiny picturesque village called Å. Here we own and run Å Brygge restaurant and Aurora Borealis. Many of our guests, they come here for lunch or dinners or stay 1 or 3 nights in these fishermen's cabins called Rårbuer. And while you are in Å, you can join to our sea-related excursions with the rib boats to fish crabs there, or try real sea fishing, or do some diving and get some kråkeboller. I don't know how do they call those in English, but I will find the word and share it later on. The fishermen's cabins we have in Å, they are very rustic. They have all the facilities inside, kitchen and shower toilets there, and they are from 2 to 6 people to stay overnight there. And these cabins, they are very popular, especially on the main season, what is summer. But nowadays we have noticed that our Asian guests are coming to Lofoten also on winter time to see the Northern Lights, of course. And while you are there, you can also make a fjord cruise to this famous Trollfjord with the hybrid electric catamaran. You can do some bicycling or just enjoy the beautiful nature and wait for the Northern Lights. This picture I took last February 21. So I have always said that if I have managed to take this kind of picture, then the Northern Lights are real. In Tromsø, when we come to the Paris of the North, we have different smaller resorts there. And one is called Camp Tamok. That's approximately 1.5 hours from Tromsø city center, from the area where the main hotels are located. Then we have a Breivik Eide, where we do quite many group arrangements. But the activities are the main thing when you come to Tromsø. You can stay a night in the ice hotel, in the ice domes there. We have a smaller snow building made of snow and ice, and the rooms, when you overnight there, they are from 2 to 4 people, and we provide the sleeping bag, so everyone has survived the night in our ice domes. Don't worry about that. If you just want to come for a visit, that's also possible. You can enjoy a nice lunch or dinner in our snow restaurant there, or have an ice cold drink in the ice bar. Thema, that's totally different from every year. We are building this ice domes every December, and it opens normally in 10th of December. There is a nice warm Lavu restaurant also next to the ice dome. So we don't only freeze people, but we don't only freeze our guests, but we also keep them warm and cozy. So don't worry. In Tromsø area, activities plays a big role. There you can make husky safaris on daytime or evening time. Evening husky safaris are very popular because you can go for hunting the northern lights then. All the activities, when you join, you get the proper clothing, so you don't need to worry. We will keep you warm when you come here. And like Ingunn mentioned about this Sami culture, so in our resorts, you are also able to meet the original Sami people and join for the husky sleigh ride with them. Those who wants to have a little bit more speed, definitely snowmobiling. And don't worry, it's not dangerous. We give you a proper training. And the snowmobiling you can also do on daytime or evening time. And the length are from 2 hours to 4-hour tours. Then Tromsø city. It's very easy to reach Tromsø. Airport is in the city. It's everything is in a walking distance here. We have several sightseeing you can have a visit. And one of the most famous is, of course, Fjellheisen, this cable car that takes you up to the mountain. And Norwegian travel company took over the cable car a few weeks ago. And we are getting all the products also to our portfolio. And otherwise, in Tromsø, you can go for whale watching with our catamarans, or make a photograph and the evening Northern Lights cruises on the Northern Lights season. The Northern Lights from the seaside are, of course, amazing because it is quite dark on the sea. And when the green lights are there, that's the top holiday that I can guarantee. Then we go to my favorite one, Snow Hotel Kirkenes. It has been my baby during 15 years. I've been involved to building it from the grand beginning when we had nothing. But now it's a teenager, so now I can have a bit more kids around me. Snow Hotel Kirkenes, it's a very special place close to the Russian border and Finnish border. We have their snow hotel open year round. So you can also visit and stay in the snow hotel during the summertime and of course on winter time. And when somebody asks, so what about then Thema? Do you change it yearly? Not yearly, but we are upgrading this snow art every year, and we do the same maintenance like in the normal hotels. So it's quite a special place. And here also, when you sleep inside the snow hotel, it's -4 degrees, but in a warm, cozy sleeping bag that also Norwegian military is using. So I'm sure that all the guests will stay warm. The view from the restaurants, it's very kind of typical North Norwegian view, straight to the fjord. And in this place, you can also stay a night in these cozy cabins. with a big windows towards the north sky. So if the northern lights appears that evening, you can see them also from your cabin. We are very famous of one excursion. That's the king crab fishing tour. Especially our Asian guests, they love this tour. So winter time, we take our guests out to the frozen fjord by snowmobiles and sledges. You join for the fishing, taking the king crab cages up from the fjord. We slaughter the king crabs and then we cook them. And the king crab meal is huge. I know the value, how much it's per kilo in Asia. So you can imagine that this is the top number one excursion for our guests from abroad. This tour also can be done on summertime. Then we do it by our rib boats. And the feeding is amazing. And what is very important to note is that on our king crab tour, it's a local fisherman that takes you out for these excursions. So it's not only the tour is not only made for the guests, but this is the living also for the many local fishermen families. In Kirkenes, we also have husky tours available, like in Tromsø and snowmobile excursions. And all these Northern Lights tours, both in Tromsø and Kirkenes and in Lofoten, you can also make by buses. And yes, winter is our key season here in North. And our new bee there in the southern part of Norway, it's Romsdalen. And that area is famous of Tom Cruise, who makes filming there every now and then in that area. So in Romsdalen, we have built a cable car, takes you up to the mountains, and there you can go for hiking. We have also a small hiking track for the disabled people that are not that are, for example, in a wheelchair or cannot walk that long tracks. So that is it's suitable for most of the travelers. And up in the mountains, there is a beautiful mountain view restaurant, very sustainable building. So if we one day decide to move this restaurant building, we just cut the poles and no one doesn't even notice that there has been a restaurant. But I hope that we are not moving the restaurant away from the beautiful location, suitable for the group. So if you have a guest going to, for example, to Trollstigen or Geiranger area, so please have a stop in our restaurant, enjoy the lunch or dinners there. It is definitely worth of it. Norwegian Travel Company, we are a bunch of small suppliers together. During the Corona time, we have taken over some smaller tourist companies here, especially in North, and we are trying now to have more focus for the guest service. So that's why we are making some functions centralized. It's easy to book, one password, username, and you have then access to all our excursions, accommodations, and transportations, and service. I love me and my staff, we love to give the Northern Norwegian service for our guests. You are more than welcome. Hjertelig velkommen.
All right. Thank you so much, Anna, for that wonderful, wonderful presentation. I think a lot of people got so much inspiration to where they would visit next and where they would stay next. At the same time, the activities that they can plan together with the Norwegian travel company. So let me put back on stream Ingun as well. There you go. Before anything else, I would like to remind everyone that at the end of this stream, we are going to give away to 2 winners 500 Gcash credits. So please make sure that you have shared this live stream and get the chance to win 500 Gcash credits. Again, do not forget to put the hashtag visit Norway at the same time. Also make the post public. So there, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them on the comment section. I think the very, very first question that's the most important for everybody is, are Filipinos allowed to already travel to Norway?
Well, maybe I should answer that. Actually, now from the 3rd of January, our government opened up for travelers from all over the world. Unfortunately, it's only those with a valid EU COVID certificate who can come to Norway without going into quarantine. And the Philippines is not on this list because EU is also accepting countries from outside of European Union. So for the time being, they are allowed to come to Norway, but they need to go into quarantine when they come to Norway. The quarantine is 10 days, but after 3 days, it's possible to take a test. And if this test proves negative, then they are free to travel inside of Norway as a normal Norwegian can do now as well.
That's good to know. So unfortunately, at the moment, we have to quarantine first. And also from the Norwegian embassy, they're still not accepting tourist visa applications for Philippine passport holders. But don't worry.
It will come.
Yeah, it will for sure. If not this year, 2023, just in time for the Northern Lights, for the next Northern Lights season.
I
All
was
right.
also thinking that, don't worry, we are here also next winter.
Exactly.
Just come, just start to plan. That's the most important thing now.
Yeah. We have question from Sir Christian. I think this was already answered. Yes, you need to quarantine because the vax cert that we have in the Philippines is not it's not an EU COVID certificate, so it's not accepted currently in Norway. So for now, don't worry. For sure, they're going to change that in the future when things get back to normal. And of course, Norway is not going to run away. Norway is not going to disappear all of a sudden. So for sure, we're going to visit them either this year or next year. Another question. So you were talking about the Northern Lights, and a lot of people really want to see the Northern Lights. When is the best time to travel to Norway to see the Northern Lights, and where specifically in Norway must they go? Is it the whole of Norway or is it specific places only?
I can take that, and Ingun, you can then support me.
Yes.
So above the Arctic Circle, definitely. And when I get this question very often, when is the best time to see the Northern Lights? Believe it or not, it's September. And however, I know that when you are coming all the way from Asia, you want to experience a lot of different activities. So any time from September till first week in April. But I can't lie. I have to say it's the September. That's just how we have experienced it here in North. But any time from September till, let's say, in the end of August till first week in April.
Yeah, I don't think I should say anything different because I really agree with you, Anna. And of course, for those who are maybe afraid it's cold and maybe of the snow and ice to be slippery, to be walking out in the darkness, when it's September, it is, as I also mentioned in my presentation, it's still, we don't have the snow and ice, in most of the places at least. So it's they don't have to be afraid of falling.
Yeah.
So there you go. Now everyone is aware that you have to plan your next trip to Norway, either September or maybe if you want the holidays, December as well. But just note, based on our experiences with our past passengers before, they were most likely to see it during the start of the winter season. Those who went there around December, usually they're not able to see because of the weather. So and with the Northern Lights, there's a lot of things you have to consider: how clear the sky is, how there's no light pollution. So it doesn't mean that if you spend 4 days in Norway doesn't mean that you can see it. So you have to, the solution is to stay for a month so that you have higher chances of seeing it.
You can combine it with a vacation as well.
Exactly.
But you were also asking, Felice, where in Norway? If you can see it all over Norway, and you have the best chances is if you go above the polar circle, which is a little bit south of Bodø in Norway. So to go to the Lofoten Islands, to Tromsø, to Kirkenes, those areas which are above the polar circle are definitely the best. But sometimes when the solar activity is really, really high, it's not a problem to see them also further south in Norway. But of course, above the polar circle is definitely the best.
Okay.
And then I have to add here, we have quite many repeaters that come again and again. I always remember one couple, they were on their fourth winter holiday in North Norway. And they came, I was working in the reception, they came and asked that, can you please put us up to every single evening excursion? We want to see the Northern Lights. And I was like, yeah, no problem at all. So this is really your fourth time? Yes. I was thinking every evening, oh, I hope that they will see the Northern Lights. And last night, they were traveling next morning back to Oslo. They saw the Northern Lights. I was thinking like, yes, thank you. I know I will not win in the lottery, but our guests are happy. So that was the best. These memories, that's the reason why you love North.
Exactly. Yeah, I remember I was also in a group, I think back in 2017 or 2018. We were staying in Tromsø and we were staying only for a good 5 nights. And it was a shocker to us because the first night I was busy, paying the drinks and all that. And everybody started rushing outside and I couldn't go out because I was busy fixing everything. They're like, oh no, you missed it. You missed the Northern Lights. It was just on the city. And it's not normal usually because of the light pollution and all, but it was just there. And when they came back to the restaurant and showed me the pictures, I said, no, you photoshopped that. That was in the airport a while ago in the billboard that we saw. They're like, no. It was just outside 5 minutes ago. You missed it. I'm like, yeah. I had to wait for another 5 days to be able to see it. But when I saw it, it was so much worth it. It was 3 a.m. in the morning when we saw it. And we had pictures then. We had a photographer even to join us during the excursion. So yes, it's definitely something worth going back to all the time. But yes, regarding the excursions and the activities, so I saw that there were husky riding, there's also reindeers, there's snowmobiles. For those who wish to come with their families, is there a minimum age requirement for them to avail or to ride these activities?
Well, snowmobiling, of course, you have to have a valid car driving license. But as a passenger, you need to be minimum 7. And some places have also age limit for the husky tours. Those husky camps that are located in the resort where it's more challenging this track, then they have minimum age 7. But then we have those husky camps that are making the tour, for example, on the fjord ice. So it's quite flat. So there it's a minimum 3 years.
All right. So for those who want to come with their families, there's a minimum age requirement. Also for snowmobiles, you are required to bring your driver's license. Yeah. So yes.
And this is always good to ask in advance when you make the booking, so that it's very clear and so on. Of course, then when it's a families and we have this, if it's very cold, then we have a limit there. But again, I can't say it straight like, okay, when it's 25 minus, because sometimes 25, it feels much warmer than 15 depending of the wind. So but the guides are very professionals with these. They don't take a risk, and I have to say that parents, they understand when it's a question about their small kids. So
exactly,
we can't take a risk there.
Exactly.
And then when in these cases, if we see that the weather is warmer, for example, next day, then we just change the tour for the next day if the guests are there then. So how do I say? This is a cooperation together with the guests. It's we want to make sure that they will have a good and safe holiday here.
That's correct. Is PH driver's license okay? Driver's license from the Philippines.
Yeah, on an arranged snowmobile excursion, yes. Yeah.
All right. Another question. Do you also handle tours to Svalbard?
We have our boats sometimes in Svalbard, so that you can join for the boat excursions. But otherwise, we are not in Svalbard yet, year round. But we are, yeah, after a while, yes, but not yet.
Okay.
At the moment, I can recommend there are several good excellent operators in Svalbard. Ingun, you can remind the names. Maybe Hurtigruten Svalbard and Basecamp.
Yes, Basecamp Explorer and Hurtigruten Svalbard are two of the most best ones up there now.
So there are many good ones.
There, I think that also answered the question of my dad, who's also commenting on the stream, because he was asking about the cruise programs from south to north. Yes, Hurtigruten and Basecamp, I think they also offer those services. Instead of cruising around Norway, is there a possibility as well to drive around, especially for those who want to go to Lofoten and to Kirkenes? Is it drivable? If people just want to rent a car and then from Oslo all the way up the north, can they do that?
Of course. Yes, that's not a problem. We have car rental services in all the airports in Norway and also in the city centers. So people can rent a car and they can then drive around in Norway. And they can choose between electric cars or diesel cars as well. So that's up their choice. So it's not a problem to drive in Norway. Norwegians do that all the time.
You're really living to the whole sustainable tourism. That's good. I would love to try an electric car to drive all the way from Oslo to the north, as long as they have charging stations all over.
They are building now quite a lot of charging places, so that starts to cover quite many areas in north also. So that's good.
I think Ingun is gonna take us out.
No, I just have to open my door. I have a delivery, so that's the problem with home office, right?
Yeah. Here in the Philippines, it's Shopee and Lazada. We always have. All right. I have another question coming from. They can bring the car to Lofoten. So because I think a lot of people think that Lofoten is islands, is it possible to actually bring the car on Lofoten Islands?
Yes, it is. There is a good access to the mainland. So, and about the driving in Norway, my only advice is that take your time. So no need to rush. You are on a holiday. Enjoy the view at the same time, but don't stop the car in the middle of the traffic. I know that I want to take pictures. It's so beautiful everywhere, but please find a good parking place. Been there, done that myself.
Yeah, I remember some passengers are always saying, let's stop. And I'm like, we can't just stop anywhere to take pictures, so we have to wait. But yeah, speaking of time, what would be or how many days would it be best to see the highlights of at least, say, they want to go from Oslo to Tromsø to Kirkenes?
I would say that you need minimum 4 days for the full experience. 3 to 4 full days in north. And then if you want to combine different places, then of course it is longer, but 3 to 4 days, that's my opinion.
Okay.
But then Ingun, you know more about those areas where I'm not. I haven't even been yet, so maybe you have other option there.
Yeah, well, it's yeah, as I was showing also in my presentation, we are trying to get people to stay longer in each place as well, because it's a more sustainable way of traveling. But it's always like this. If you go to a larger city or a destination in Norway, because there is so much to see, and you don't want to rush your experiences, and you also want to experience the nature in addition to all the activities. So I would say that you should definitely stay at least 2 nights in each place that you visit, so that you get both the experience of the nice calmness and trying to enjoy, and in addition to doing the activities.
Or we could also stay 1 month in Norway and do workation. So 5 nights in each city. Yeah, that's actually one of my dreams, to go in one of those tree houses, the glass tree houses all over Norway, and just do workation there. If only I have the money. All right.
You should
Yes.
then come outside of the main season. Then, I mean, some places have a nice offers. So,
If you're talking about low season, what months would that be?
well, in North, it's easy to say North. We have the main season starting from November till end of March, all the way in North. This, of course, Lofoten has a kind of opposite situation. So then in North, yeah, May till September. That's a bit less guest, but still it depends of the resort, of the destination again. It's very difficult to say it so clearly in
Exactly.
Norway, because in some like, let's say, North Cape, it's very popular on summertime to visit, and it's in North, so it depends where you are coming. And
And then if you then want to do combinations with the fjords, because the fjord region of Norway has the exact opposite high season and low season as the north of Norway, because their low season starts in October and ends in April. So maybe if we would do combinations with the fjord and the north season, I would maybe suggest that September, October, or April, early May, because then you kind of are in the starting or beginning of the low seasons for both the north and the fjord region, actually.
Okay.
And to do the combination of both, because when you come to Norway, you cannot live without seeing the fjords either.
Exactly.
So do the combination with that, and you can easily travel by plane from the fjord region and up to the north, or the other way around.
Okay, perfect. That sounds like the plan I will have for my next summer. So last question, because we are running out of time already. I would like to ask, if you were to suggest one spot that any traveler coming from the Philippines that they shouldn't miss in Norway, where would it be and why?
Oh, tough choice.
So,
One spot.
doesn't have to be one.
I have
Say
a-
if you were to suggest like an itinerary that they shouldn't miss, doesn't have to be one
re-
spot.
it's really, really difficult. But actually, then maybe I would say the Lofoten Islands, because you get the mountains, you have the fjord with the Troll Fjord, which kind of gives the same type of experience as you do in the fjord Norway, and you are above the polar circle. And the scenery in the Lofoten Islands is just fantastic. I love the Lofoten Islands.
And I'm now very political, and I will say that choose the place where you can reach amazing mountain and have the view for the fjords. Welcome to North. I have learned.
Yes, so now everyone has heard of the suggestions of Ingun and Anna. Thank you so much for sharing with us some travel inspiration for Norway. But of course, before we go, we are going to award 2 winners who shared our live stream. So we're going to play our Wheel of Sharers. So I would like to ask Anne and Ingun. I guess we will start with Anne first. Zaira here is scrolling up and down our sharers or our Wheel of Sharers. All you have to do is say stop. So whatever the name is on the top, that will be the one who will win a 500 Gcash credit. So ready when you are, Anne? Just tell Zaira to stop.
Stop.
Stop. Who is that? Miss Angeline Son, are you here? Miss Angeline Son, they have to be on the stream for them to win, because if not, we'll have to roll again. We have to make sure that they were watching us all throughout. Miss Angeline Son, if you are here, please comment on the comment section just to show that you are here and you will win the 500 Gcash credit. Is it going once? Going twice? Miss Angeline, no more?
Not
All
here.
right. Not
Oh, you
here.
know
I
what?
guess she stopped watching, but that means someone else is going to win it. So we start again.
Okay. And stop.
Stop. Miss Lillian, no, Mother Lillian is actually here a while ago. We saw her
I
comment.
hope not that.
So congratulations. I think this is the second time Mother Lillian has won.
Really?
Yeah. So congratulations to Mother Lilian Ngo. You have won a 500 Gcash. She's here. There you go. You have won 500 Gcash credit from Tours R Us. We are going to get in touch with you after the stream. So for our second winner, it's going to be Ingun who will say stop next. So continue, Mim Zaira, and Ingun, you can say stop anytime.
Stop.
Okay, let's see. What was that? We have, is that Carmina Ilocto? Carmina, congratulations. I think Carmina won last time and she already gave it away. This time around, we're going to give it to her now. So congratulations to Carmina. We're going to give it to you now. You don't have to make it a donation. So she's here. Congratulations for joining 500 Gcash credit to all our winners, Mother Lilian and Carmina. So again, thank you so much, Ingun. And let me just
Thank you.
put everyone on stream. Thank you so much, Ingun and Anne, for giving us very good travel inspirations for Norway, and we hope to visit you soon.
And
Thank
if
you
you
so much
have
for
any
having
questions, sorry, and if you have any questions, just stay in touch, send mail, whatever. We are here. We are here for you. Remember that, okay? See you in North. Thank you.
Definitely. And Ingun?
Yeah. Thank you so much for having us. It was a pleasure to introduce Norway to you. And as Anna is saying, if there are any questions at all, look us up, visitnorway.com, find inspiration, and we really look forward to welcoming you to Norway.
All right. So thank you again, Anna and Ingun. I'm going to just remove you from the stream for a bit, but I'll see you again later after the broadcast. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us again on the second season, on the first episode of the second season of the World at Your Home series. So we are going again on another tour somewhere else. Next week at 5 p.m. So every Thursday at 5 p.m., the World at Your Home series goes live. Guess where we're going next week? We don't know yet, but we'll see. Please don't forget to follow Tours R Us, like our Facebook page, so that you will get to see the events that we have in line for this month. Of course, if you are also interested in planning your future trip to Norway, please do not forget to also support our local travel agents here. So we have some travel agents who are commenting on our stream right now. Feel free to contact them for your next vacation to Norway, and they'd be more than happy to plan your trip or your dream trip to Norway soon. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, this is Felice from Tours R Us, and we hope to see you again soon for the next episode of the World at Your Home series. So from Tours R Us, we'd like to say, where would you go next? Allow us to take you there. See you all next week. Bye.